Hey, how's it going? It's Romeo here, and what I've actually been starting to do is do monthly interviews with different trans-related people. And this month I'm actually interviewing a couple, which is fucking awesome. So, who are you guys?
What's up? My name is Valentino, and this is my wife,
Alexis.
Yeah.
That's who we are.
Yeah.
We're married.
We're married, trans couple right
Yeah.
here.
How long?
We've been together for 9.5 years, married
Nice.
for 4.5. So, and we're pre-transition couple.
Yeah. So they were together before Val even transitioned,
Yep.
which is fucking awesome. And Val even has, well, actually together they have their own YouTube channel. So we'll link that up at the end of the video.
Yep.
And the next question was how do we know each other? Which you guys probably don't remember.
We were just talking about that.
We did not remember.
But
You don't remember at all? Or
no,
yeah. From what I know is that I went to some club night. I think it was Hershey years ago.
Yeah.
At what do you call it? Fucking Celebrities on
Yeah.
Day Street.
Oh, okay.
And before that, the other Alexis was telling me oh yeah, my friends Val and Lexi. And
it was from Lexi.
I think she showed me a picture, and first thing I thought was Mariah Carey and Debrat. And I was like, oh shit.
Because Val had cornrows before.
Yeah. So that's how we know each other. It was years ago.
That's about 10 years ago.
Yeah.
But aside from them, we kind of we met each other again.
Yeah. When you were DJing down there.
Yeah.
And then Romeo became our tattoo artist.
Yeah.
I'm all covered up, but I have a half sleeve that he did for me and a whole bunch of other work. So.
Yeah. You know, I noticed your arm because of your transitioning. It was a full-on shoulder thing, right? Mm-hmm. But now it's kind of come out, right?
Yeah,
because
it is.
your shoulders are broader. Yeah, so need more filling in there. So yeah, aside from fucking working, what are some of your passions or shit you like to do, activities, interests?
What we like to do?
Yeah.
Well, recently, I'm trying to get a physique going here for the summer. You know how it is. So I'm trying to. I've been really passionate about going to the gym. I've been on bodybuilding.com
For hours.
researching on how to lose weight around the belly and gaining muscle. So that's what I've been passionate about lately. And
that's good.
I've been passionate about TV.
she can stand in front of the TV for hours, no joke.
I don't stand. I lay down.
Okay, she lays down.
Yeah, I love TV. I'm obsessed with TV.
I have to cut her out.
I have a whole list of TV
she
shows.
can go for 12 hours. I don't even know.
I was up till 3 a.m. yesterday, just watching.
Yeah.
Just shows.
That's so funny. There's a few times. And whenever I'd tattoo either one of them. Right away, she gets the remote control.
She needs to be watching something.
That's kind of impressive. I don't know. I like TV and movies and shit, but sometimes I can't sit still for it.
No, I can't.
Me too. I get ADD.
Yeah,
I get bored unless it's a really good show.
Yeah.
You know.
I get I'm seriously, you're picking up your phone, or he'll go and walk around or play with our dogs, because we have 3 dogs. And he'll start playing with them, and I'm we're in the middle of a movie. But that's the difference between us. I think it's gotten more like that since you've been on T, though.
I think so.
Yeah, because before you
my
used to be
attention
able to
span
chill.
has just been really short.
Yeah.
But
apparently that's a thing that happens, right?
Yeah. It's one of the biggest things.
It's a dude thing.
Yeah,
I don't know.
And then you just block them out after that.
Selective listening.
Yeah, there you go. Selective listening. It's not my fault. It's the hormones.
Yeah. Okay. Do you guys have any spiritual beliefs? Whether it be religion or anything, or even those fucking inspirational meme quote things that people post on Facebook. It's just oh my god, that's so mean.
God is number one in our lives, in our relationship, in our marriage. We're both Christian. Our faith is extremely important to us. God has seen us through a lot of our hard times, and I have to say that our faith in God is honestly why we are still standing here as a couple and the people that we are today.
Mm-hmm. And without Him, we wouldn't be who we are today.
Exactly.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
I remember you were, I think you posted up a thing saying that you're having a hard time finding
A church.
A church,
yeah. Church that's, like,
an LGBT friendly church.
Yeah.
It's really hard.
Well, with her schedule, because she works on Sundays, so.
Yeah, so I mean, there are a few that I found, but I just found that it's crazy when there's literally thousands of churches just in our area, and I found 4 that are LGBT friendly. So the ratio there is just crazy to me in today's day and age. And yeah, I work Sundays, so I'm trying to find a church that has a service or something during the week, or later on a Sunday, but it's been really hard.
Do you find a big difference, like with like going to, let's say, like not LGBT like friendly church and like going to one that is? Like, do you notice like a big difference, or like?
Well, not like upfront. I don't go to Catholic churches because it's very clear that how their stance of it is. So I just go in knowing that these people condemn me.
Yeah.
But like a Christian church, at Christian churches, I really enjoy myself. I connect, with God and everything like that. I enjoy the services, but during the sermons, I always fear that somehow something about homosexuality is going to get brought up. So it's like I'm always on edge. I'm like, okay, are they going to talk about homosexuals? And like, it did happen to me once.
Yeah.
And I got up and walked out.
Yeah.
And it's just, I don't like having that fear. That's why I want to be able to go to a place of worship and be comfortable there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
that's messed up. Yeah, like it's even if like you yourself aren't like gay or something.
Yeah.
You never know, like the people that do go to like a regular church, like they might have like a friend or a family member who is, and like for them to have to hear that too, like it fucking hurts. Like my sister went to mass once, and this was like years ago with her ex, and like I think it was on the day of Pride here, and the priest happened to make like the sermon about like how it's wrong and shit, and I think she cried and really appreciated it.
Yeah, well, I mean, for people to acknowledge you as who you want to be, right? Who you are, it's just a great thing.
Like your favorite shit from like transitioning?
Oh,
in the mirror a lot.
The facial hair.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So the facial hair, it feels good to have facial hair, just be able to shave. I've always wanted to like shave like your full face.
Did you
actually have hair to shave?
Did you ever shave before when you were like younger, like pretend?
I did, yeah. And I actually used to cut myself, like my dad. My parents were watching me one time, and they, I just grabbed his razor because I would watch him shave, right?
Yeah.
So I would just shave, not knowing, anything. And then I come out and I have a whole bunch of cuts on my face. Yeah, so it's
That's so funny.
I know.
I remember feeling that too, like watching like
your dad.
And like thinking it's like pretty cool shit. Like,
I want to do
something
that,
to
right?
do. Yeah. I didn't shave my face when I was a kid, but because I had nothing to shave, like as a child, I fucking shaved like my baby hairs or something here. I'm like, it was fun, but like it was stupid, but like it was just something to do. What were or like are your toughest obstacles like that you've experienced? Pre-T, like post-T.
I think one of the toughest obstacle that I've had to face so far is just constantly correcting people about the pronouns. It's always the people who have known you previously, which I totally understand because it's hard to break a habit if they've known you as a female prior to. Mm-hmm. It's hard to suddenly call them a different thing. But there's just one certain lady at my work who, I've corrected her. She first, when she saw me again, she's like, "Hey Val, how are you?" And she started using the incorrect pronouns, she, her. And so I took her aside. I was like, "Hey, I don't know if I told you yet, but I'm transgender," because I came out to my work. And I told her that I'm transgender, and can you please use the correct pronouns? And she's like, "Oh yes, I totally understand. I'm so sorry." And then she made the same mistakes, calling me she, her.
Yeah.
And then eventually, I had to talk to her again.
Yeah.
And so every time she calls me a her or she, she's like, "Oh, sorry." She catches herself.
Yeah.
And then she's like, "I mean he." But that's still annoying.
Kind of annoying.
Yeah. It makes it really awkward and kind of almost embarrassing that here you are, you're some strangers, you're around strangers, and she calls you out as a her or she. So it's kind of like, it's that awkward moment where should you say something or should you wait till later, take her aside and tell her, correct her again, which you've already educated her about that.
Yeah.
So that's probably one of the most awkward things that I have to deal with. But other than that, people, once I come out and tell them that I'm transgender, they're very receptive, they're very respectful, and coming out of my job was very good, because I know my job has no tolerance for any harassment or any discrimination like that. So I haven't really faced any obstacles that way. It's just people using the correct pronouns with me, and people just respecting, with my pronouns and stuff. So
that's good.
Yeah.
Are there things that you like to do now, that you didn't like before, like maybe activities or just anything in general, like maybe swimming, shit like that?
What do I like to do now? No. Okay, no, we're not gonna say that.
He likes to go to the gym. He
No.
lives in the gym now.
What do I always do in front of the what?
Oh my
It's
goodness.
a game.
That's a game.
He loves to look at himself in the mirror and then walk by me and say, "Talk to me, talk to me, talk to me."
It's just, before pre-T, I hated looking in the mirror.
Yeah.
Like just seeing parts of your body, it's just like, oh, I hate this part of my body, I just want to rip it out. And the shape of your body and the way you look, and I just hated looking at the mirror, just passing by it. I try to avoid it. And now you just like looking at myself, taking my shirt off, and
feeling yourself.
I walk by and I'm like, "Are you seriously still in front of the mirror?" Or I'll walk by again and I'm like, again. But I get it, and I'm
It's just
happy
weird,
that he loves looking at himself, because he used to not like looking at himself in
but
the
can
mirror.
you imagine just looking at yourself in the mirror, and sometimes you're like, who the hell is that? Like,
Yeah.
you do not recognize who that is.
Yeah.
Because you look so different from what you used to, and you're not used to like, oh my god, this is what I always dreamt of, this is what I always wanted to be. Like, look at my chest, this is the chest that I've always wanted my whole life.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
it's just, it's
It
so
must
hard
be,
to...
Yeah, like kind of overwhelming too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like till this day, I'm still like shocked. I look at myself in the mirror. I'm like, oh my god, is that me? Like sometimes I'll pass by a mirror and I'm like, holy shit, was that me?
Yeah.
So it's still new.
Man.
It's still new to me. It's still fresh, even though I've been on T for a year and going to be 2 years in July.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
wow.
Yeah, we're coming
It's
up
so
on your
fast.
birthday.
I know. And like it's just like, oh my god. It's like I can't believe that's me.
Yeah.
I'm still shocked.
Yeah.
I'm just still.
I hear that a lot from trans guys, or about trans guys, after transitioning, they just fucking love the mirror. Or take even extra time, with themselves, or, I don't know,
Yeah.
just
Yeah,
appreciate
and you're
it.
happier
Yeah.
with yourself, so like you want to take care of yourself.
Yeah.
Is there anything, you guys are looking forward to in the near future?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
we'll let her do the talking.
Yeah, so we are doing our 5-year vow renewal in Mexico on a private island, so we're really looking forward to that. I finally, because when we first got married, it was just a small symbol. I didn't wear a dress, so I finally get my white dress, formal wedding in Mexico, so excited, and then so that's in November, and then pretty much right when we get back, we're going to start trying to have a baby.
Oh yeah!
So that's what we're looking forward to.
Have one of these.
awesome.
Yeah, a human baby to add to our 3 fur babies.
Yeah,
That's
it's gonna be a zoo.
fucking awesome.
It's gonna be, yeah, it's gonna be nuts.
Do you have any advice to fellow trans people or trans supporters, or even other transgender couples, or
For trans guys, I would just recommend, my advice to you is just follow your heart. Don't listen to what other people have to say. If it's negative, just remove them from your life. Stick with people who will support you and have your back 100%.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, I think it's your body. It's your life that you have to live. So don't live it according to other people's standards or ideas of how you should live your life.
Yeah.
And coming from someone who, is married to an amazing trans man.
Ruggedly handsome.
Ruggedly handsome. Great, upper body.
Good looking.
Good looking,
So muscular.
But no, really, I would just say, since we are a pre-transition couple, if your partner comes out to you and says that they're transgender, just be supportive. Don't automatically assume that everything is going to change. just see how it goes. Take it day by day. But number one, just be supportive. Be there as a sounding board for them. They're going to be experiencing so many new emotions. They're going to be scared at times. They're going to be happy at times, and they're going to be emotional at times. So just be there as a friend, you know, as a partner, through everything.
Be patient.
Be patient. Be very patient.
If you love them, you'll be
yeah.
patient enough. You can, I guess, if you love them enough, you'll be able to go through that whole process.
Yeah.
And we were just talking about a lot of the videos that we watch on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the couples that start off pretty,
Yeah.
they usually don't last.
Yeah, yeah.
And they tend to not, they just break up and they don't explain the reasons why.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's just, I'm like, that's really sad because, you know, it just makes it seem like, oh, when you go through that transition, you turn into a monster, that you can't be with that person.
Yeah. Either that, or maybe, you know, as a lesbian, they just aren't
Either that,
physically
that
attracted.
too.
But to me,
But if you love someone, I think,
yeah,
you know,
no, and I agree. Like, to me, because I consider myself pansexual anyway, so I don't see gender whatsoever. If you truly love someone, it shouldn't matter what they look like on the outside. If fundamentally they're still the same person that they were when you first fell in love with them, whether it was female and then they're transitioning into being male, they stay the same person that they are.
Yeah.
So I don't understand how the feelings could change.
Yeah.
So just don't automatically freak out or think that it's not going to work. Give it a chance.
but if it's about the sexual thing, there's plenty of stuff in
Swam
the
into
market, you
Yeah.
know, to hook you guys up, because we've got the, I'm telling you, I gotta tell you about it later, but the prosthetic that we use.
It is.
Yeah, tell about. You don't have to tell exactly.
So
but
let me just tell you, because I have been with men, you know, cis men, and this prosthetic, it's. I wouldn't be able to, if I was blindfolded, I wouldn't be able to tell which was the physical penis on the cis man or the prosthetic on my husband. I wouldn't be able to tell. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
And I can have a different one every single night because
That's what I'm
it's
saying.
moldable.
Yeah, so if it's about the sexual thing, there's things out there that can be done, and there's
Yes.
bottom surgery as well. So, you know.
Yeah. But yeah, just be supportive. That's all I can say is, and give the transition a chance, because not that I didn't love Val before as a woman, but I feel that I love Val even more now, because now he's actually who he was always meant to be. So.
Yeah.
Amen.
But like, yeah. But I mean, it's good that they have it there. I think it's just like a
Yeah.
matter of time where like the world
Eventually.
Yeah.
Yeah, there'll probably be more like options and stuff.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Always focus on the positive.
Yep.
Yeah. What are your favorite like styles of music or artists right now, or have been kind of thing?
We like pretty much anything, any type of
I know you
music.
guys are totally into music.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we love music. We like all types except for country, I guess.
I don't like techno.
She doesn't.
I can't do it. No. My heart is with...
I thought you were gonna say your heart rate is.
No. My heart is honestly...
She got a heart problem. That's why she can't listen to techno.
No, techno to me sounds like an alarm clock with bass. But anyways, that aside, my heart is with 60s
Hater.
soul. Is with like 60s, 70s soul and old school R&B,
Yeah, that's
like
what we
90s
at.
R&B, late 80s R&B,
Yeah.
hip hop, rap, love them all. But that's really where my heart is.
I think
Yeah.
music these days are questionable, like the stuff that you hear on the radio. Hip hop these days, I don't know, I'm not really into that. But the older hip hop, 90s, we're talking about maybe early 2000s, were still good, but these days are
It's
Yeah.
really
just,
different now.
yeah,
Yeah.
the type of music, man.
I
it's
miss
just,
Tupac,
Yeah.
Biggie.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Today, I'm just tired of hearing about how much rappers have, how much hoes and money they got and what they bought. Like, shut up.
It's yeah. It seems like nowadays it's more about the marketing aspect. of
Yeah.
it. And like
Yeah.
I guess like labels kind of get artists who are like really marketable in
Yeah.
terms of like, okay, you guys can bring me money and shit, and, like with your facade and stuff. I don't know.
Yeah, Illuminati.
It's the Illuminati.
Fucking Illuminati.
Don't get me started.
That's so funny. Okay, so where are you from?
Well, let me answer that question for you. I'm born and raised in Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada.
I'm originally from Seattle, Washington, and then moved up here to be with Val.
2009.
Crossing the border.
I had no choice.
Yeah, we couldn't get married down there.
Because we were still a same-sex couple at that point.
Yeah.
So
and it
wasn't legal yet. So it was just, we were basically told by an immigration attorney, it's just easier if you move to Canada.
Yeah.
So I did.
Yeah.
When was it? Was it last year or 2 years ago?
Last year, the year before, I think it's been
2 years now.
2 years now that Washington State allowed same-sex marriage, but it's just been a year, not even a full year, since DOMA was repealed, the Defense of Marriage Act, which makes immigration only between a man and a woman.
Mm-hmm.
So they finally repealed that, so now same-sex couples can petition their out-of-country spouses.
Yeah.
Great stuff.
Yeah.
That's huge because we were waiting for that for the longest time when we
I
were living
remember
down
that.
there.
Yeah.
It's crazy that it's so recent.
Yeah, a lot of shit is fucking recent. Like,
No.
oh, now you can do this. Like, oh, I've been just waiting, you know.
I think in Canada they just allowed same-sex.
2003
Yeah.
when we met.
Oh,
or no,
damn.
2003.
2003.
Either
when
2003
we
or
met.
4. But yeah,
Yeah.
it's insane.
Yeah.
What's something random about you guys?
Oh,
Like
man.
a random fact about you? Could be anything. Like, fucking...
Well, let's see. A random fact is my tattoos are done by him, Romeo. So I got this sleeve tattoo right here.
That's my name.
Yeah, I guess that's her name.
But
And I got a phoenix here. It symbolizes about my transition from female to male. And bam! The cross was there previously, and the savior part, but he did the whole thing around the piece. So yeah, I really love it.
I had you do like 5.
Oh yeah, I
of
remember
mine.
that. Yeah.
Yeah,
You're
I
like,
was
oh,
back
I
all
have
the
this
time.
other idea. Oh.
I just got a new one, but it was with my sisters in Seattle, and I didn't pay for it, so it doesn't count. But yeah, I love Jordans.
Yeah, you should see her closet.
I have a closet full of Jordans.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I'm
Oh, how
trying
many do you have? Like?
Well, I only have like 10 pairs.
Yeah.
But the ones that I have are like most
The
people's
ones.
holy grails. Yeah.
Did you have to like for the Jordans, like were you ever at one of those like times where it's like this big release and like you have to like be there super early?
No,
or
she's
just,
got
like...
a girl who hooks her
Oh,
up for
cool.
that. So
Nice.
she
Yeah.
lines up.
So your friend's into it too.
Yeah. They actually make a business out of it, and she charges me like 40 to like 40
Yeah.
to 50 bucks above
Okay.
like the actual selling price.
Yeah.
But man, that saves me from having to line up and have to fight.
That's a good idea. Shit.
Yeah,
I was
they made a business about it.
I was
People do
actually
with
gonna.
PS4s and you know.
Oh yeah.
People
Everything.
line up and they like,
Yeah.
you know, mark up the price. I think an extra $100, sometimes $200.
It's a good business.
Yeah, it is.
People- I was thinking.
Don't have
of
to
doing
deal
that.
with that fucking stress.
But I don't think I
Yeah.
can wait that long. People wait for hours.
Yeah, or like even like sleep over and shit too, right?
Yeah.
I was gonna
We
wear my
camped out.
Jordans today. I didn't because it just didn't go because they're like fucking big, fluffy white. It has like this looks like a fucking net thing in the front. I think it's a 19s or something.
No.
I don't know if you know those or if you're like.
I'm thinking.
It's kind of like it came in white with gray and then there's like black and I think red. But like there's this like thing on the front and it's kind of like this fucking meshy. It looks really weird.
I don't know which.
We'd have to Google that.
Yeah,
Which Jordan that is.
We'd have to Google that shit.
Okay, what is something that you've always wanted to do, or a place that you've always wanted to go but have yet to go or do?
I actually wanted to take her to the Philippines because the last time I was there was 7 years old,
Yeah.
and I haven't been there for forever. So I want to go back and go back to our culture, our roots. And I've never been to Boracay, so
I haven't been there either.
Yeah, so I definitely want to check. Everyone's talking about how beautiful that beach is. Apparently, it's like the #1 beach ever. So I want to definitely check it out.
Yeah.
I want to go to Italy or Puerto Rico.
I like how you say it with.
Boring. Yeah.
No, I love it when people like just like super fucking
Puerto
English.
Rico.
Yeah, no, and then all of a sudden like fucking like ethnicity and just like I love it.
Canadian.
Do you guys have any like social media or websites or like YouTube channels that the viewers can follow?
Yeah.
What do you do?
Yep, most definitely. Follow us. We have a YouTube channel. It's supaloco7, SUPALOCA 7.
Yep. It documents his transition from pre-T up until now. He still does, monthly videos, and then we just started vlogging as well.
Yes.
Talking about our transition as a couple and trying to conceive and all that. And then we have Instagram. Mine's it's Lex. ITSLEX__. So that's 2 underscores.
Oh.
Whoa.
It's super complicated.
And mine is supaloco, SUPALOCO.
Oh, it changed.
Yeah. It went from supaloca to supaloco.
Can you change the YouTube channel or no?
Yeah, you
You
can.
can, the name, yeah.
You
Yeah,
can,
yeah,
yeah.
I think you can. Oh.
No, we'll just leave it
Yeah.
as Supaloco 7. Everyone's already used to it.
We'll post it at the bottom too,
Yeah,
the
perfect.
info and stuff. And yeah, I just want to say thank you for
Thank
being
you.
a trans
No
couple
problem.
It was
and
fun.
doing
Yeah,
the interview and
Yeah.
good luck with everything. But I know
Thank you.
everything's gonna be sweet.
And you'll be there.
Yeah. Fuck yeah. All right. Yeah.